chosen people from different dots on the city maps of Hanover, to a few that moved on and crossed over. We connect through satellite and fibers, optic, so we can see eye to eye, and stir up our why fires, to share our light and our lives, to relish our hearts in communion, to cross paths with the bigger picture and zoom in. Even though we see but a pixel, and the glory is veiled in a riddle, we want to be stewards of this mystery, where grace takes a giant leap. I invite you to step into the idea of cornered reality. Step out of the idea of cornered realities and out of the boxed in ideas. Step out of the squares of pixels and screens. Curved edges with me, for we are a community, a circle, and we are invited in to be a part of an everlasting echo of hope that is, was, and will be, making ripple effects on all timelines of humanity. You are a part of that circle that never ends. You are invited into the circle that keeps beginnings fresh. Emmanuel Spring, eternal lens, the I am that I am, from past to hopeful future tense. The circle is also a letter O. O is eternal, aligned with no beginning nor end. And most people that believe write God with a big G. I used to write God with a comma to leave some space in between for mystery. But now I write God with a capital O. So there's a bigger opening for Him to fit us all in, and we can hula hoop with the divine. O is an eternal sign. The O for when you lose your mind. The deep O when pain is crying under your chest, calling to be opened and released. The O of we want to be free. The O of opening our mouths in amazement when we grasp for air, are at a loss for words. The O expressing the awe and high regard is like the most spiritual vowel. A letter like a steering wheel in the words hope, whole, and soul. And that last letter in the Greek alphabet as a capital O through which things can glow. We are all little dots on this circle, and we spark something of that wholeness. People folded a box from the cross to think of God inside the box, when He really stepped out of the frame to embody an organic form, so that death will no longer reign. Unbox that cross. Roll stones and obstacle away, and step out of your grave. Cross-pollinate those fruits of the Spirit. The vertical line connects earth and heavens high, and the cross beam is like a human embrace. Do not mind the God gap. Love made a bridge, grace hijacked a boat, mercy's feather collection expanded into wings, carried forth by the wind. Light has found the cracks to shine through and reach the inner parts. Hope has woven scarves from the loose ends to cover scars. Wisdom discovered rocket science to shoot for the stars. God with a capital O, so the middle letter is a big hole. And I will deliberately read gaps as gasp, in all as I breathe in through the holes, until the whole and the holy in the I am that I am breathes through my being. Let us come in. Let us come into community, step into this eternal circle, eavesdropping in on the hope, and be light bearers of that divine glow. Let us roll with that O, and draw with your fingers an O as we enter in that divine circle and zoom in. Come on, let us roll with that O. Draw with your fingers an O as we enter in that divine circle and zoom in. And and zoom in. Welcome.